How do you think that will work?
Look, I think ultimately it has to be a gradual process. And why is that? Because for her to grant final approval of this proposed and preliminarily approved class action settlement, she's going to have to find that it is fair, reasonable, right? Fundamental fairness to all involved. And what she is seeing is the very practical situation where you have hundreds and hundreds of student athletes who are entering the transfer portal, not because, as defendants say in their papers, that they have made their own independent decisions. Look, I have clients who were told that they have no roster spot for them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
To enter the transfer portal, that's not a voluntary decision. That's, hey, we're breaking up. You know, you have no spot here. What are you going to do? You have to enter the portal. And what her problem is, and it's very clear, this settlement negatively impacts college athletes who are in college today, right? And your high school seniors who have committed to a university and who have been guaranteed a roster spot, only to have that roster spot taken away. That is her problem. And when you talk about fundamental fairness, when you talk about the standard that has to be satisfied here, I think she's having a hard time finding that a settlement that is negatively impacting people who are in college today is somehow fundamentally fair to the whole. So I think, look, at the end of the day, she has two choices to make. She either denies final approval of the proposed class settlement on this singular issue, or she tells them to go back to the drawing board, which she's already done. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what the NCAA and what the defendants do, the conferences, and the plaintiffs. But those are her options, right? She's already done this now 2 times at the fairness hearing. She's told them, address this issue. Hundreds of objectors with respect to the roster limit issue. They've addressed some of the other issues, but they have not, to her satisfaction, addressed the roster limit issue.